All right, we got a couple questions on the grind. A couple different things like what does the build look like? Also, where do you grind? How do you grind? What gear level is required? So I want to go over all those things right now. So skills, I'm using the same setup that I use for my sword and shield build. The only difference is instead of using the shield for damage and also survivability, I'm using the wand more now for the survivability and using the staff for damage. It's actually a ton of fun. I really enjoy this build. I'm enjoying the staff wand, period. I think it's a really fun, kind of like warlock slash shadow priest kind of feel. I just love it. I think it's a lot of fun. The build that I'm using, I'll go over real quick, is going to be the chain lightning. My big damage is focus fireballs, inferno wave, just to really keep the burning up. And then judgment lightning is just a good AOE attack. I'm buffing myself with high focus and enchanting time. And then of course, when I need to, touch of despair. Thunder blessing is a ton of fun with this. It pushes out a lot of damage. And it's also fun just to kind of heal up through it and kind of let all your cooldowns reset. Clay salvation. This is just, heal bomb if I'm in a group. Same thing for swift healing. This is what I use the most. You will be using swift healing a lot in the build. So don't think of it as just you're going to run in, tank everything, and just blow it up. You will be healing. Also, if I pick up a bigger group than expected, I'm going to be running an invincible wall and blessed barrier. The specializations for those look like this. Here's the wand. Touch of despair. I went for AOE on it. Swift healing, consecutive use is the most important in there, just so you can really make sure that you're healing up. Enchanting time, I'm just going to buff everything. Since we're doing a lot of individual damage through dots, through cast, even when we're blocking, having additional damage boosts is just huge for us. Clay salvation, just increasing the range. So if I'm in a group, invincible wall, the same. And if we come over to the wand, pretty basic. Focus fire bombs. I'm not worried about the speed because they're typically going to be right on top of you. So I'm going mobility so I can move and cast while I'm positioning. And then I also want the AoE splash on there. Inferno wave, I'm going to double it up and then also have burning in there. Chain lightning, I'm going with the big bomb build with damage transfer and also damage transfer at the end. So it's not mitigated. Same thing with judgment lightning. And then I'm just going to buff myself up with high focus with base damage boost. And then thunder blessing is huge. That's the one we're going to go to. So random enemy with 60% of base damage, just going to push it out there. Plus we're buffing it up to the 720% on mana regen. So it's awesome. This is going to keep us full on mana so we can keep moving, right? A good AoE build is just about continuing to move as much as possible, not having to stop, reset over and over again. So that's what the builds look like. Once again, there's the staff and there's the wand. Now the thing is I am pretty low level, right? I'm only 2 days into the grind. This is day 3. I'm just about to get started with my 4-hour grind on this character. Right now, I don't have enough stats to spread around, so I'm really just going dexterity, get as much crit as I can. I'm not even worried about the rest of them. 25, 24. Definitely by no means am I geared up. I mean, by the end of today, I'm hoping to be closer to 3K so I can start doing tier 2s. But pretty low, and you'll see how effective this is. Now, one thing that I do is I want to really focus on Silas Abyss. 6th floor is where we're going to be grinding. We'll go down there and I'll actually do a run through for you. So what I do is pretty much all the other contracts, I melt down into Allied Force Seals. And the reason why I do that is because I know where I'm going to be grinding.
You've returned.
I want to come here. And I am going to specifically build these Silas Abyss. So I can build 3 additional ones. I'm going to go ahead and build those so we can open those up and grind those out while we're in there. Now, typically, I want my buff food that's going to reduce the amount that we're going to spend as we go through mobs for our Abyssal Contract tokens. Unfortunately, the tree isn't working for me. I'm not able to get any of my buff food, and I'm also not leveled up high enough on my cooking to make the mastery food right now. But I will get there pretty soon. So right now, just for the example and for the grind today, we're going to go ahead and just burn the tokens as they are. Another really cool thing is that we've moved from 20k being the cap for Abyssal Contract tokens to 40k. Now, why do I worry so much about Abyssal Contract tokens whenever I'm leveling a character? Why is that my main focus? Well, the reason why it's my main focus is because of two things. One is the auction house. I'm looking for sellable things that will sell. I'm constantly selling in the auction house. You can see these are just leftovers. I'll go ahead and get rid of these and put some new ones up. And the other one is getting our own gear as well as better gear to sell. And that is where we're coming into the material transmutation, right? We want to start off with our blues, end with our epic quality stuff if it's not worth selling, the trade-off of, and then we want to focus stuff like on accessories. If we take a look here, you can actually see what our chance of dropping 3 is, right? So really low, but I have got a couple of them already on another character. Band of Universal Power. Also Belt of Bloodlust. 2 of the best in slots for most builds out there and pretty difficult to get a hold of. Let's say, for example, you cap out one of the traits on there. Selling these traits is great value for you. I did one for another video just showing how much it goes for, and it sells really well. Plus, we get a lot of other stuff here. If you're kind of low on cash, as far as by cash I mean Solent, you can also just go the random all, and then you can kind of get an idea of what are some of the things that will drop in tier 3. I went for the Sacred Manuscript, also the Staff of the Umbrisser. I've already got that. Huge. This is a really good staff unless I get into Archboss weapons, right? And a lot of other things that a lot of people are gearing up with right now. So really, really, really good opportunities there to use this. This is a huge way to make Lucent. Lucent being the best thing that you can actually get, because with that, you can go in here and specifically pick out things that you're after, right? So a lot of stuff in weapons, I'm going to go for the drop because they're just too expensive. Obviously, it's an Archboss weapon, so it's going to be expensive. But for example, if I want to continue to build out another piece of gear, right, like my Shadow Harvester, $6.59 to get it started. That's not too bad. I can grind that up pretty quick, maybe in like 2 or 3 days, and then look at the pricing that we're having for the, $159 being buff duration is the highest one that's out there right now. It's pretty expensive. I think we can get a hold of it, but just for example, if you're selling HP traits for 150 to 160, then getting one of these and then just pulling the blues out to max it out is a way better way to go, right? So Lucent has to be part of the grind for you. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's head out to the grind so you can see where it's at. Silas Abyss, floor 6. That is where I focus my whole run at, if I can actually run in the right direction. Now, if you run down and actually tag all the teleporters in here, you'll get a mount for, it's a turtle, and that's going to allow you to go into the lava. And I'm going to show you the quickest way to get to where I grind. And that is going to be right here. Go down to the 6th floor. Now, I'm not saying that solo AOE grind is the way to go. For me, I like it because I play for limited amounts of time. I have another account that I play, or another character, not account, that I play as my main character. So with this project, I'm just coming on and doing some grinding. So organizing other people around there, plus making sure everybody's doing the same thing that you're doing, can be a little bit of a pain. So I'm just going to go right into the lava. I've got the turtle mount. I'm not going to deal with any of that crap upstairs. And then I'm just going to swim right over here to the circle, run across it real quick, and then be done. I'm going to be over to my grinding area. So really what we want to do is just get as many things, as many of these quests done, and just continue to grind in a circle. I'll turn on podcast, watch a YouTube video, watch a movie, whatever it may be, just to kind of like occupy myself with the grind. I think if you are familiar with grind games, that's pretty common. But 100%, in my opinion, the best possibility for grinding to level up quickly in this game. And I think just continuing to level up, continuing to build Lucent, continuing to build weapon skills is right here. I think this is the way to do it. Silas Abyss. Maybe you like one of the other areas better. Maybe the island is your favorite spot to go. As long as you've got a good path that you know you can do your grind in, 100%. Now, where I started building this up and kind of came up with this was with my tank, right? So Great Sword SNS was, this is where I would come down and grind it. And this build is even better for it. So let's look at the quest that you should be picking up, because you want not just Silas Abyss quests, but now you want a very specific set of quests. So go into our inventory, we'll pull out a couple of them. So this one has a head shaman. We don't want that one. We'll refresh it. We don't want any of those guys. Don't want those guys. Don't want that. All bad so far. Here we go. Perfect one. Except that one. So anything that's going to be just about A-bombs, that's what you want to do. Soul Brazier, perfect for where we're at. And I'll show you how quick we can knock these out. Magic Tome, perfect again. Perfect, just claws. Now we're full. So what's really important in this build is that you are using line of sight, right? There's a lot of casters in here, or there's a caster in usually every group. So I'm just going to come around this corner. I've got this guy pulled up over here. Do a little bit of damage, and now I'm going to go look for this guy. And I'm going to pull everybody around here. Line of sight again. Oh, got to watch my health. There we go. Blocking. There we go. And then just continuing to zap everything. Try not to get swallowed up. Watch your health all the time. No reason to do that one yet, but it's fun just to kind of show it off in the build. You can see we lost a lot of health there, so really be careful using any skill with 4 to 6 on you. Anything that's going to lock you in can be pretty dangerous, especially if you're at the gear score that I'm at. Later down the road, I'll have a lot more melee defense, etc., and I won't have to worry about taking damage. I'll be able to do enough damage to heal past what they're doing pretty quickly. Now let me see if I can actually focus and do a better pull here. So this next one is really going to be just one caster. I'll pull it to this corner right here. And I'm only focusing on the groups of 4. So pull him around the corner. The caster should be pretty close now. There he is. Block to spread it. This is it. We're just using damage to just slowly melt them down. They're not doing corpse explosion. At first I thought that's what I was going to do. I was run like a corpse explosion build. It's fun, but I just don't think it has the survivability. Because I'm really trying to stay away from hard casting as much as possible. And by hard casting, I mean casting it that has a timer rather than really just this massive amount of damage that comes off of that, the fireball. When you get to this corner, all you're going to want to do is hope that it works. Hey, it worked that time. Head up to the top here. Everything off those 3 quests, or 4 quests that we picked out, you're able to do in this one little area. So here's our magic tome. Just gotta wait for this, and there we go. So now back to going around the square. We'll do this, the full square here real quick. The brazier is right there. But here we've got 2 casters in this group, so same thing. We're gonna drag that caster up. Give it a second to get to the corner. There we go. And now we can drag the other one in by just hanging out here. So I'm going to avoid AOE casting because a lot of damage is coming through right there. Take that now. I'll go to AOE cast. Got all of our mana up. And you can see the sustain on it is really high. And our main focus is really just taking care of the, the casters first. Because they'll just poison stack you up a whole bunch. But do remember, I will keep saying it again and again, watch your healing, watch your health bar. Because it can very quickly catch you out, and we don't want to have to run all the way back down to the 6th floor, through the lava, do all that stuff again. It's just going to cost you time and time and time. So I'm going to skip the 2 there, and now I've got a set of 4. So I'm going to run into this little corner here, hang out, heal myself up, give myself a shield because it feels fun. There we go. We got 1 here. Now we can go get him stuck on this corner right here. And everything should be in range for AOE damage. If we need to, we can back it up a little bit. This corner. But really, line of sight super important. Even within, no matter what type of build you're running through. If you're doing AOE, you want to have as much line of sight as possible. It's going to make it way better for you. There we go. Got those guys close to each other. That's what I want. So we're basically taking 4 out at a time. Now get a group and go way faster. But then you gotta wait for people. Oh man. Your call. Go ahead and get our mana topped off. Get that guy. And that's a quest done. Now we just open it up, grab our inventory, pull a new quest. Boom, that's perfect. We'll take that one. Oh, I hit refresh instead. We'll accept. So pretty much every group that I knock down, typically when you're going through pretty well, you'll be, every group you knock down, you'll be opening up a new quest. You could easily go through 30, 40, 50 quests in here in no time. So we go, got them to the corner. We're back to where we started now. Heal up. Go hang out by the casters. But if there's any other questions, any concerns, or help you need with the build, let me know. Just put it in the comments, and I will 100% stop and take the time, kind of show you what to do, or try to help out with anything that I can. But in all honesty, the big thing is grinding is what this game is. It's where you're going to be successful in this game. Is can you grind this stuff, right? You can go run dungeons, try to target here. It's going to take so long. And by so long, I mean it could take weeks. When if you just have a good farm set up like this and you're just going through, you're going to go through so much sellable / transmutable gear that you're going to be going way faster. So don't think about it in the sense of like, old MMOs where, your piece of gear drops in this dungeon and you gotta farm that dungeon. I mean, getting it from that dungeon is super luck. I mean, I love it whenever I get a gear piece to drop, but I mean, how often does that happen? Not very often at all. So now, we're just using the currency. We're finding ways to be efficient and farming the currency, not worrying so much about, can I get that one piece from that dungeon? We're just gonna take everything in the currency. And so far, 2 days, not including this little grind right here that we're doing. I'm already at 2,500. I know some people have probably done better than that. 100%. I'm looking for something that's more sustainable. Something that's, I did get lucky with like a bow, but I'm looking for stuff that doesn't require just luck. I want everybody to be able to just run it. So check it out. We closed out a bunch of quests here, so we can open a few more up. I think we took out 3 quests on that corner there. So, get 3 more. 2 magic tome ones. That'll be perfect. Alright, it was actually 4 quests. There we go. So we got 5 remaining. I've got to go do my other farms so I can get all the rest of the pieces. I actually skipped the tome on accident, but we'll probably head out from there. I'll let this go just a little bit further so we can close out a few more and show you kind of what the success rate is for it. Or I could do exactly what I said and not pay attention and get myself killed. I was literally thinking about opening the things up. So here we go. We went through that run. We got a couple things. Let's see. We got some pants, magic evasion, health regen, and health regen. So these are going to be good to melt down, right? Same with this thing. Max mana can be okay, but on this server, I think it's only selling for like 30 lucid. So I'm probably not even going to waste my time with that and turn it into blues. But then we also have 10 of these now. And we can open all those up. And then we'll see what we got. So we didn't get too many pieces of gear. We got melee endurance piece, and we got a max health. So max health on this server for a headpiece is right at 175 lucent right now. So that'll be a quick, easy sell, even for a blue. Quick, easy sell. There's just not a lot of grinding happening here, so people really are needing the pieces. So we'll go ahead and shred some of those / sell them. So you can go in here. We'll go into our material transmogrification. We've got our helm that we don't want to sell, which is right there. We're going to put that up for Lucent. We'll pop these things up there. I've got way too many of these things. I'll probably just slap 100 on there and get to tier 2. And then... I don't have enough, but I want to kind of show it off here for you. I have plenty of these. And farming down here, I'm getting them kind of constantly. There we go. We're at tier 3, so we'll bring a couple out of there. So we're capped at 3 or 2, and then we'll put 3 in there. So we got max tier plus 1,062. We're gonna roll for jewelry. Let's see if we get lucky. Yeah, we got the same stupid neck. But let's see what trait we got on it. Plus we got some materials, which is good for us. But we got debuff duration, so good. So there's another 150 lucent just from that. Now, keep in mind, the lucent depends on your server. Even if you're getting 40 or 50 lucent from it, that's huge, right? Keep adding that up. You saw the amount of time we spent there was not very long at all. And we have the capability now of a little bit over 200 lucent for sure, depending if the market's fluctuated. So that will be huge for us. And going in and buying the little 10, the cost of 10, little traits, if we need to like update a trait, right? Maybe on the helm, if we need the HP or the health, then we'll go ahead and keep that one. But we'll go see what the market's looking like. But any other questions, let me know. That's kind of the idea of the grind. You can see I've got 29K, almost 30K of Abyssal contract tokens. That's what I'll be doing tonight. I'll probably live stream it. So if you are curious, you want to see it working, you have questions and want to know what it looks like at the end of the night and see a full run of opening all the boxes and also seeing what all is dropped, we can definitely go over that as well. But thanks. Let me know if there's any other questions. Y'all have a good one.